Why were we talking about basketball? Because we decided we're going to do a little, me and this dude over here, we'd be talking all the time. We used to play 2K one-on-one against each other. And just
all the time. All the time.
Well, it would be all-time fantasy teams type shit. We had a little tradition at one point where it was like, first game always had to be whoever his 5 would be to beat a team of 5 Jordans. Most of the time it was a massacre, or he would get up by a bunch, and then like the Jordan gene would kick on the 2K game, and then next thing you know,
and then he would just suddenly, I would start missing shots like that I've been making the whole time.
So that being said, we were kind of talking, and then we were like, you know what? We were doing like our all-time fantasy team, and I was like, you know what? Let's save this for the podcast. Let's just go ahead and make our own teams and kind of see how that would go.
Welcome to the sports episode, everybody.
So what we're going to do is, here's the rules to our draft, okay? We're going to go 10 positions. It's basically your starting 5 and then 5 off the bench. We're not going to go all the way to 15, and no one gives a fuck about all the bullet guys. We're going to go to the first 10, and then they're back. No Kobe, no Jordan, no LeBron. We're not going to get into all those debates. Okay. We're not going to make it where it's like, hey, he's got Jordan. It's automatic. We're not going to get into all that. Okay? Let's just say it's a best of 3 series for your life. And, we'll let the chat and anybody that wants to debate who would win, and we'll throw a little debate there at the end. Go ahead, Bladen, explain how we're going to decide the order here.
Alrighty, so we are going to roll a die, a 6-sided die. D6 for those who are cultured. What do you want? You want odds or evens? I'll give you this courtesy.
Give me evens.
4.
It's a 4. It's a 4.
So that means
first pick goes to James. All right, so first pick, I got to go with the guy with the jersey I'm wearing, especially with the way he's been playing in the playoffs. As of right now, he's the number 1 all-time points per game playoff scorer, even over Jordan. Yep, Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Give me some Luka magic.
That's solid.
Yep.
What position did you start off with?
I'm putting Luka at my point guard.
Okay, that's how you started. Okay.
You know what? No. See, that's where it's difficult, because Lucas came into the league as a small forward, but he plays point guard now. So I guess I got to put him at point guard.
Okay.
So I'm going to put Luka as my point guard.
That's how I did it. That's how I arranged my team by position.
No, I did too, but I'm saying, like, there's certain players, like, if you say Tim Duncan, he could be a center or a power forward, because he played a lot of his career at power forward, but then he ended as a center.
End is the center.
Same thing with Dirk. There's a lot of guys that play multiple. I mean, like,
whenever his defense was up at the fucking peak.
So who's your first pick there? I got my power. And don't get it wrong. You can pick any position. It doesn't have to be in any kind of order. You just pick as you want to go. I just want to start with Luka Magic. Okay,
my center.
Okay.
Big Ben Wallace.
Starting with the defense strong. Okay.
Yeah, I love Ben Wallace, bro. He's one of my favorite centers. Fucking strong as fucking the 2000s run for the finals.
And then 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, which is an NBA record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, he was strong as fuck in Chicago, too.
Okay, so my pick, I got to go with one of my favorite centers of all times, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
I thought you would do that. You always do that.
I love Hakeem, bro.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bro, I mean, dude, that dude is like my favorite center. I mean, even when I used to play, like, his post footwork and stuff, like, I spent so many hours watching video on his footwork, just his footwork, and you're just like, damn, the dude just. And then you go and you take it out there to people on the courts that are like, obviously not going to go nowhere, just street dudes playing basketball. And they're like, what the fuck was that? They just never seen it like that, you know what I mean? So
I really love Carmelo Anthony. There's something about his charisma and swagger and shit like that.
Right.
Like, man.
It's a hell of a score. But no, there's actually a clip. I can't remember whose podcast he was on, but Carmelo Anthony was talking about when he went to was it Portland or whatever, but they told him they didn't want him shooting any mid-range shots, and he was like, dude, I've scored.
That's what he does.
That's exactly what he said. He goes,
like, what the fuck?
He's like, we want you to be a 3-and-D guy. He goes, hold up. He goes, I'm a mid-range scorer. He goes, I'm not really like that defensive guy or whatever. He goes, and like, I can shoot threes, but you got to let me shoot my shot to get in rhythm. Let me go ahead and get my small forward off the board. I'm going to get Larry Bird.
I knew it. I knew that was coming.
Larry.
I feel like I'm playing 2K right now.
What can you say, dude? I mean, Larry Bird, he's Larry Bird. You know what I mean? What else is there to be said? Yeah. So as of so far, my starting 5 would be Luka at my point guard, Larry Bird as my small forward, and then the Dream as my center.
Power forward.
Okay, I think I know.
Who?
I mean, I'm gonna let you give up your pick, but I think I know.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's an interesting question for you though. Okay, because there's really 2 versions of Prime KG.
Okay.
You got the.
I'm talking Timberwolves.
Okay, well that's all I need to know. The scoring version of Prime KG.
Yeah. Okay. Because the Celtics one is pretty damn good at defense.
That's when he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like 08, I think it was. That's when he won the championship, with Pierce and Ray.
So in this case, I'm probably going to take that one then, the Celtics one, the defensive player.
So I'm taking my backup center. It's Shaq.
Backup center?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take out my backup center, bro. I want to go ahead and secure that position. I want my two centers to be the Dream and Shaq.
Okay.
I'm going to worry about the rest of my positions, but I want to make sure that even when the Dream comes out, I got the most dominant player of all time. I mean, and if we're doing the best of 3 series, depending on who you throw out there.
Okay. I just didn't expect you to already, hey, secondary team, here it is.
Fuck it, bro. It's
Okay.
You pick your picks.
Okay. For your secondary?
Yeah.
Shooting guard. Allen Iverson.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you know which one. Practice?
Talk about
We're talking about practice?
That's a good pick.
That resonated with me once, and I'm like, wow.
I mean, he made a point. I mean,
I
in
wish
a weird way.
I was that good.
Nah, for real. And the thing is, there's the background behind that story is he just came from his best friend's funeral. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah. No, I get it, man. You piss a motherfucker off, he gets to that point. That
like, what
last
the
straw
fuck?
is just
Yeah.
like, all right, motherfucker, here it is.
Yeah.
Spice.
He said, you want to be like this? Here it is.
Yeah. This is what I really am, bitch.
This one's tough for me personally, but we've already talked about him. He's arguably the best power forward of all time. I have to go with Timmy D.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
That's the fun of the draft board, baby. You never know who's going to get
Unfortunately,
taken. I can't wait till we do the other ones.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too.
Nah, man, you can't go back. That's why I told you to have multiples, man. You had to be ready.
That was my multiple. My next pick to finish off my 5 is Tony Pacquiao.
Tony Pacquiao.
Tony Pacquiao.
I'm going to go ahead and take my backup power forward. That's Dirk Nowitzki.
Bitch. Fucking asshole over here.
Yeah.
This guy.
I couldn't let him go somewhere else. I had to do it.
In that case, my backup shooting guard is Vince Carter. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
That's a little, just so you know, it's a little inside joke. For whatever
It is an
reason.
inside joke.
What was it? Because he originally played
Because
for
he
Toronto.
played for Toronto.
Yeah, so we say he was
he's-
French Vince
yeah,
Carter. Vince
French-Canadian-
Carter.
French-Canadian Vince Carter. Hello, I am French.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take my boy Kyrie Irving.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Kyrie.
Current one, fucking, which one you want? There's a lot. There's a lot of different versions of Mr. Irvin. Kyrie.
I think the version of Kyrie that plays for the Dallas Mavericks is probably the most prime because he's the most mature. He plays the most defense. He doesn't force the ball to himself. He's got it where they play in the flow. He knows he's the veteran, but he also understands this Lucas team. But he's 1A right there. He understands he's right there.
He understands he's coming in as the journeyman. Fucking leather tassels. That's what's giving him the power.
To just the stamina, bro. You can't keep up with him. He's
yeah,
just all
it's
over
the leather
place.
tassels, bro. It's
Oh,
that wind resistance of the ancestors.
Kyrie Irving.
He's unlocked some native something or another.
Powers of ancestors beyond then and there.
We called him running around the Ant-Man.
Shoots from beyond the line.
Infinite cardio, tire out the ant.
He from downtown.
Yeah,
Anyways, go
honestly.
on with your picks, man.
All right. Paul Pierce.
Really? I like PP, but okay. As your backup,
Small forward. I love Paul Pierce. I don't know why. I just, man.
The only thing I don't like about Paul Pierce is as a commentator, he kind of really hypes himself up like he was a GOAT. He was a great player, but he's not an all-time.
He was great, but he wasn't all-time great.
I mean, if you hear him talk, I love hearing him on Undisputed. He's all for the Mavericks, and I loved him as a player. He legit was one of the reasons I liked the Celtics back in the day was Paul Pierce, even when
He's
they
just
won.
one of my favorite players.
Okay, my backup point guard, I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson.
Good job, Magic Johnson.
That's right. Basically, I got the white version of Magic Johnson and Luka starting, and then the OG coming off the bench for him, which sounds fucked up, but that's just the way this draft went. It's just the way it happened. I had to make sure I took Luka before you tried to.
Charles Barkley.
Nice. Okay.
That's my backup. You took Timmy D from me, so that's my replacement.
That's very fair. Very fair pick. Very underrated pick just because he didn't have rings, but that dude. For a five,
yeah, for real. He was
6'6".
really good. Didn't have a team around him.
I mean, and that's the thing I like about Charles. He's so humble about things. He's I know who I was. It is what it is. There's a lot of guys that didn't get rings. I mean, Patrick Ewing. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna say? All-time great didn't get a ring. You know what? I'm gonna get old Reggie a ring.
He's about
I'm
about to take Reggie Miller.
I'm gonna put Reggie Miller as my
had
backup
to
shooting
bring him
guard.
up.
That was the one position I couldn't think of. You know, like I was trying to really
Okay.
think of somebody, but you know, Reggie Miller, I think is. I'm gonna go ahead and take Reggie. You know, it was between him and Ray Allen. Honestly,
Oh, Ray
yeah,
Allen.
it was tough. You know,
I thought about him too. I was thinking about the Seattle Supersonics version. Backup center, David Robinson.
damn, that's a good one.
That's why Timmy D was my power forward because, we talked about that already. And I tried to keep back the smiles whenever we were talking about it because I was like, yeah, that's my B team.
Yeah, I feel you. It's hard too.
And
'Cause
then he fucking says Timmy D, and then monkey wrench in my system.
you know what? Give me T Mac. Taking Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. I had a buddy in high school who was a Tracy McGrady fiend, and every time we were on
He's
the
good.
court at the apartments, he would shoot fucking threes all the fucking time. He would miss like 3 of them out of every 10. He was pretty good.
It's pretty legit.
I'd
7 out
like
of 10 is
pretty-
like nice.
Pretty damn good.
That's the thing. Like T Mac's another one of those dudes. Like I think injuries robbed him. You know.
Yeah, he had bad knees, man.
Like Penny Hardaway. That would have been my third team point guard. Say Penny Hardaway.
Ah,
But he just got beat out. Who was it? T Mac. He's one of those guys. I mean, 6'7", could score the ball on all 3 levels. Was athletic as shit. He just the knees and the feet started giving out on him,
Yep.
and they never really gave him a team around him. And then when he did have a team, his co-star was just as injured as him and Yao Ming.
Yao
You know what I
Ming.
mean? So it's like both of them could lead a team to some victories, but it's like you needed both of them to win a championship, and they just couldn't stay healthy and get the chemistry together needed to make a good playoff run and shit like that. You know, so
point guard Gary Payton,
Jeep
senior.
I'm about to say Junior, the one that played for the Warriors,
No, senior.
the guy that makes the weed.
You know it, baby.
All
Fucking
right,
another Sonic player.
That's Supersonics.
Another
yeah.
Supersonic
Yeah.
player.
Time
See, I
favorite.
love the Seattle Supersonics. They had cool colors.
Dude, like at my number 3 power forward would have been Charles, but you took Charles. But Sean Kemp, you know what I mean? That was like one of
Nice.
my all-time favorites, dude.
Nice.
The dunk machine, you know what I
Yep.
mean? So just great. Oh shit! Real quick, who's your coach of your team?
Oh, Greg Popovich.
Hold on, I get first pick on coach.
Oh,
Greg Popovich.
fuck you. I knew
I'm gonna take. This is where I'm gonna throw you for a loop. I'm going to take. I'm
There
taking
it
Phil
is.
Jackson as my coach.
Phil Jackson is a good coach. Damn.
And the reason why, and even if you don't consider him your top coach of all time, a lot of people think Popovich is the best coach ever, or Red Auerbach back in the old school Celtics or something.
Yeah.
I'm saying Phil just because Luka needs freedom, Kyrie needs freedom,
Mm-hmm.
T Mac needs a little bit of freedom, but there's enough structured players around them that they could run. Plus the triangle offense, between having a strong Larry Bird, Luka, and then Hakeem. That's some really skilled players to run the triangle through.
Okay.
And then even the backup, Magic, T Mac, and you could substitute Dirk in for the triangle. That's
Yeah.
So that's where
So
I'm going.
how are we
Phil.
doing this? Are we leaving it up to you guys at
Yep.
home?
Hey, we're leaving it up to you guys at home.
Excellent.
Give us votes or whatever. We'll try to tally them up, and then best of 7 series game, guys. So there you go.